Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. This is game number 3. My name is Pulse. I'm bringing you game number 3. This is a 3-part series. This is obviously game number 3, as I've said 3 times now. Between our 6 o'clock position, yellow Zerg player, Ignorance, and our 12 o'clock position again, Cube, our blue Terran player. Now, game number 2 was brilliant. It was great. It stands 1-1 between these two players. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I've had drank about 3 or 4 cans of strange drink and it's horrible. I'm so sorry. Forget that. Forget that ever happened. Just forget it. Yeah. Yeah. Game number 2. Ignorance took that. He pretty much just kept on at Cube. He just pushed and pushed and pushed on Cube, just as Cube did to Ignorance the game before in the first game. So, you know, Cube just couldn't handle it anymore. Ignorance took advantage of the fact that Cube did the same build twice, because, well, you know, he kind of assumed that Cube would go for the same build again in the second game. Because it worked in the first game, and if it works, why not just do it again, you know? As a result, Ignorance kind of counteracted that with some banelings, some horrible banelings, and a lot of them as well. Not just a little bit, but a lot of banelings, a huge number of banelings, in fact. Now we are on the map, Shattered Temple, I do believe. I think I'm wrong though. I really do think I'm wrong. I can't remember which map we're on. I think it's Shattered Temple, but maybe I'll reiterate later. Anyway, I'm excited about how this game will go. This is the deciding game for the 3-part series. The very deciding game. By the looks of things, Cube is going for the same thing again, coming out with an orbital command, 1 reactor, a full wall in again. Equally, Ignorance is coming out with the expansion first, then Spawning Pool. Joining up very hard. So he's coming out with some Zerglings. He's coming out with 1. No, he's not. Or is he? I don't know. I'm confused. He's coming out with 17 workers in total. No, he's not. That's the one. Oh, Jesus, I'm really screwing this up. Ah! He's coming out with 2 workers. 2 drones. Cube has spotted this expansion, and by the looks of things, he's coming out with some early aggression. So he's desperately trying to build up that bunker as soon as he can. 1 Marine, so this is looking really different to the last 2 games. Very early aggression from Cube, which is very unusual. He needs to take out this SCV before that bunker drops though, because this could cause a real hassle for him, and as a result it has. This SCV is just going to repair this bunker. He really needs to bring down some probes or even a queen. He's churning out a queen now as fast as he can, but will that be in time for this expansion to finish? There'll be 2 queens popping out at approximately the same time. 1 spine crawler going down here as well. Still churning out drones though. 1 Zergling popping out, 2 Zerglings popping out, 6 Zerglings in total popping out, trying to deal with this bunker. But he's only sent 1 Marine down, so presumably this is like, you know, a distraction. Right, I'm sitting in here, but this is a distraction. You don't even have to do anything. That spine crawler just enough range there to attack that. That was really great placement from Ignorance there. Dropping a queen as well. Still only 1 Marine inside. Doesn't look like that any more are coming down either. But yes, this is a distraction for these Hellions. Cube has done this the last 2 games and been really unsuccessful with these Hellions. Ignorance has been really prepared for it, but this time he's dropped that bunker and really distracted Ignorance from these Hellions. But unfortunately he's just spotted them with these Zerglings, these very early 6 Zerglings, and as a result Cube's going to take out these Zerglings because these Hellions are faster. But as we can see here, he's going straight into the base. Unfortunately there's no drones for him to have a little feast upon at the moment. There will be shortly, but he is putting down those spine crawlers, so that may deny these Hellions. I think personally I would just run, I'd just go for it right now. Go right into the centre base. That's what I would do. That queen is blocking the ramp though, however. Coming out of the evolution chamber again to block in a wall off here as well to prevent these, but unfortunately they're already here. Moving the spine crawler, not a great idea, but then again, has he spotted it? Yes, he has. Those Hellions aren't going to do enough damage to that spine crawler. What I do right now is take out this queen as quickly as possible and run up the base, but unfortunately those spine crawlers taking out 2 Hellions there. Great play from Ignorance, really great. They've held it really, really well. They can now bring those drones back down to mine some more minerals. He's done a really great play there. Doing the very same build that he did the first and second game, the 2 evolution chambers to try and block off a bit of a wall off here. Doing 2 spine crawlers as well. Plopping out some more Zerglings as well to aid against any more aggression. As Cube is being very aggressive this time. He really wants to win this, I can tell. But again, he's doing the same kind of build. 2 command centers early on. I think they both agreed that they wanted to go, you know, for the late game. They wanted to play for a long time. But again, this is the very same build. Marines and tanks. Okay, Marines and tanks, still 2 Hellions here with the map control, so he sees exactly what's coming in through here. There's not really any way around it. I mean, he could go all the way around here, but it's not really worth it. So he knows exactly what's coming in, and these speedlings are coming in. We've got 8, 16, 15 Zerglings here. But these Hellions are really just the perfect counter to Zerglings. Dropping a bunker quite far outside of his base, presumably to stop anything coming and attacking here. He'll probably drop his second expansion here, but maybe not. We're not entirely sure. We'll just have to wait and see. Moving his small army, small force to destroy these rocks. So by the looks of it, he is going to drop a second expansion, which has just been built over here. He's trying to use both his orbital commands to saturate this mineral patch here, so then he can move onto his second expansion as well. So, does Ignorance know about this? Woo! What's going on? No, Ignorance has no idea. He's still pretty much, he only knows he's still got 1 expansion, so in my opinion he needs to do some scouting. Equally, does Cube know? Yeah, Cube knows he's got 2 bases. He's up against 2 bases at the moment. Could be a third soon. He's destroying these destructible rocks to put his expansion over here, I would imagine. However, Cube is going for here. I think, personally, I'd like to go here as well, because then you can kind of leave your army there. There's a very small choke point here, and that's the only entrance to that base. So sit a couple of tanks, and of course that bunker there as well, and you've got that pretty secure. Pretty secure indeed. We are doing exactly the same as before, dropping down some missile turrets to prevent any Mutalisk harassment. And same build again. He's coming out with 2 factories this time. I don't think he came out with 2 factories last time, so he's probably going to go quite a lot of tanks. Yeah, he's going for tech lab. The other tech lab on here, so he's probably going to go quite a lot of tanks by the looks of it. A starport here as well for some medivacs, presumably. Drop a reactor fairly soon, I would imagine, but he's still coming out with the missile turrets as well to prevent any Mutalisks. But by the looks of it, oh no, sorry, forget that. Ignorance is pumping out a spire, even. Blech. Pumping out a spire, so he is going to get some Mutalisks at some point. Cube is very he's a very good predictor by the sounds of it. I think StarCraft is a lot about scouting and mind reading. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you know, if you can kind of predict. I know you're better off scouting always, 100%. You're always better off scouting, but you know that prediction, that inkling, that feeling. You know, this player has done this 2 times now. He's likely to do it again. I may as well just be prepared for it. You know, and I think Ignorance is pretty much the same. He needs something to counteract these 2 units, which are used predominantly by Cube, tank and marine. Fully upgraded as well, they're just lethal, both of them. So Ignorance is going Banelings and Zerglings and Infestors to do some AoE damage as well. He's coming out with the macro hatchery as well. Very interesting. So by the looks of it, he's going to be very very aggressive very shortly, dropping those rocks as well. So he may well put his 3rd expansion here, just as Cube has done. But this side, this is the reason, another reason why I wouldn't put the expansion down here is because there's a very easy way in here, basically, and without an Overlord Scout you wouldn't know that they were coming in this way, and as a result, you know, you'd be really scuppered. Whereas here, you've just got that one choke point and that's it. Missile turrets around the outside, and you've got no chance. That's it. That base is locked down. There's nothing getting in there, especially with this huge number of tanks here. We've got 8, 9, 10 tanks here. Pretty scary prospect, especially when they're upgraded as well. It's just evil. Okay, what we're coming out with here? Coming out with Stimpack Research. Mutalisks are finally out. We've got 7 Mutalisks over here. Cube was correct in building missile turrets, and he's continuing to build missile turrets. But again, Ignorance for the last couple of games have just pumped out, you know, 7, 8 Mutalisks, and then, you know, not really bothered with them afterwards to ensure that Cube wastes his minerals. Not necessarily wastes them, but uses them to build lots of missile turrets to defend against these Mutalisks, and then he just transitions into something completely different. And throws him off guard, basically. However, we are seeing a big push here from Cube. He hasn't, there we go, he's just sieging up his tanks, spreading them out a bit. Not many Marines by the looks of things. He is stemming a few up, spreading them out nicely, just in case there are any banelings, which there are. Huge speedlings though, but these tanks are dealing with them nicely. And then as those speedlings and banelings are taking out the Marines, the Mutalisks can come in and really tackle these tanks and break this tank line. I think that's the design of these Mutalisks, that's what they're for. And I think Ignorance is going to use them for that, and some harassment as well. But this tank line is just evil. It really is. So this is all Ignorance has got left now. He's coming out with 36 Zerglings as well, which he may transition into banelings. But at the moment, Cube could drop this expansion here, and I think he should force the cancel. In my opinion, that's exactly what I'd do. He's moving this tank line up very slowly, as you can see. Unsieging, then moving them up, then sieging, then unsieging. He's moving them up very, very slowly. And by the looks of it, he may drop this hatchery. I don't think he will, though. I think it'll finish just in time, unless Ignorance does, of course, cancel it, which it would be a good idea. Banelings, though, taking out a couple of tanks, but unfortunately that's all Ignorance had, and he calls the GG. Okay then, guys, this is the end to this 3-part series between Ignorance, our Zerg player, and CubePayAso, our Terran player. Unfortunately, Cube took the series 2 games to 1. He was very, very deadly with these tanks, creating a really great siege line here, really spread out siege line, really causing real, just complete devastation to these Zerglings and Banelings, allowing these Marines to stay alive, as a result taking out these Mutalisks, which could have easily taken out this tank line, but unfortunately these Marines were used very effectively and took out a lot of these Mutalisks. Cube just moved up his tank line continuously, caused real hassle for Ignorance, and as a result, Ignorance threw everything he had at Cube, but unfortunately it was taken out and leaving Ignorance with nothing at all. There we go, Cube took the 3-part series 2 games to 1. Again, my name is Pulse, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please don't hesitate to subscribe and comment as well. Any feedback from you guys is good feedback, so it'd be appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you again next time for another StarCraft 2 commentary.